security is concerned. But far from that, we're going to talk about artificial intelligence. This is a hot topic the world over. When you go online, you get trends such as ChatGPT and the incorporation of AI into various parts of our lives and, of course, our economies. And I have specialists in AI who are going to help us understand what AI is, just to begin with, and how it can be incorporated into our day-to-day and why it is relevant and in Africa as a continent. And my first guest, of course, is Jean-Baptiste Decozon. I hope I'm not butchering your name. Jean-Baptiste is a seasoned professional with over 20 years in experience leading key initiatives and projects for diverse entities from startups to multinational governmental and international organizations. I also have with me Brendon Murgor, or he's the co-founder of CTO. Brendon is a senior software engineering with over 16 years of experience in architecturing and building tech solutions for Pan-African clients. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you very much for having us.
Okay, so I'll start with you, Jean-Baptiste. For our viewers who are wondering what AI is, could you just define for them in simple terms, what is artificial intelligence?
In simple term is pretty difficult. I mean,
yeah.
Artificial intelligence is it's not only a technology, I believe, and we are just at the beginning. But it's a machine that will behave a little bit like us. Will assist us to think better. I mean, to really help us. But simply said, I cannot really say.
Yeah.
And
it's a bit technical.
We are at the beginning.
Yeah.
And it's not. I think it's to mimic us, but to let us go further.
Okay.
With things that we cannot today.
Okay, Brendon, in your terms, what is artificial intelligence for our viewers?
AI is a set of probably algorithms,
yes,
right, which automate processes,
yeah,
which make processes easy to understand, and even help us do some work for us, right? They're already saying that it's gonna maybe take away some jobs in the next few years.
Yes. Yeah.
So
that's a major concern. But just to help people understand, perhaps with examples, maybe online on social media or using websites, has the common viewer already interacted with AI without even knowing?
Yes. AI has been here, but in small bits, really. Not the way we now seeing.
Yes.
Because as you can see, the use of mobile phones, how now targeted advertising happens, right?
Yes.
You find yourself talking about something with someone, and in the next minute, they are throwing an advert.
Yes. You type in something, before you know it, the next day you're getting so many adverts related to what you searched.
Exactly.
Yeah, that is artificial intelligence. So you have something.
But even though I'm not sure, I think this was really the beginning.
Yes.
And because it's really looking at what first you did. AI, the next step will be far more smarter.
Yes, absolutely. So it already basically takes information that is fed into it and basically builds on it to help you in whatever searches or whatever you need online. So you've Jean-Baptiste, you've said you've worked with multinationals and governments. Basically, Africa has been known to leapfrog technology. So we might be behind, but when something new comes in, we take it up and we move further. So speak to us about the importance of African companies adopting AI in how they work, and even how it can benefit economies.
Well, on my very humble opinion, I mean, when it comes to AI, for countries in Africa, it's super, super important. Why? We had other technologies. I mean, even mobile network, when we launched 3G beginning of this century. And so since many countries in Africa did not have the infrastructure, so when the 3G came, and 3G was putting internet over the air, IP, and really change the potential, because we're bringing information to the hands of people.
Yes.
And with that information, people create values. It's not us telling them what to. But when it comes to AI, here it's now. I mean, it's very, very crucial because in 5 years, the divide will be too big to compensate. Every week now, I mean, well, it started with ChatGPT, but now every week we see what, maybe between 100 to 200, even more new AI tools. Most of them are useless, but it's only the beginning, and they will get better and better. So we won't talk about digital divide in our countries in Africa do not embrace and accelerate.
Okay. Now, we've talked about earlier on, you mentioned about people feeling that their jobs are threatened by AI. But there are some advantages to, you know, maybe it will just be a shift into the kind of jobs that shall be available. Talk to us about the potential of AI when it comes to job creation.
The potential is huge, more so when we go sector by sector. For example, if we get into healthcare, right, you realize that with correct or the right implementation of artificial intelligence in healthcare, it can speed the diagnosis process. It can speed the relay of information about patients to the different you know, experts in the healthcare industry. Secondly, when we talk about trials like vaccines, you know, with AI, it can easily give us results within the shortest time possible. But then again, without data, we might, you know, not achieve that. From healthcare, we go to financial institutions, right? We'll really have experts around fraud mitigation and detection using AI, because they can AI can study patterns, can study, you know, how movement of, for example, transactions have been happening, and even in customer care, you know, AI is going to play a major role, and that opens up a pool of, you know, AI engineers to now do and bring models around customer service. Right.
Murgor has talked about some of the sectors, health and what have you. Speak to us about other areas of development, such as agriculture. It's a main income earner in Kenya here. How can AI help in ensuring that we are developing in the right way?
In the Kenyan context, so we talk about maybe micro farmers, small farms. AI has been heavily deployed these days for very large farms in the US, etc., because a lot of data. Here, when it comes to small farms, micro farmers, here everything has to be done. But I think we have the way also to do it properly, in a way that we cannot expect micro farmers have no digital expertise or whatever, and also the course infrastructure to deploy massive IoT sensors and for 1 acre. No, we can leverage on a different way, but with AI, also combining other type of information that have been siloed. We need to use AI to unlock this silo.
Yes, absolutely. Murgor, you want to add something?
Touching on agriculture, I mean, the other day, the government of Kenya launched a microsat, and probably as we speak, it's collecting climate-related information now, which now can help our farmers. The micro farmers who can't use smartphones to maybe track their farming activities. Now, these data can be utilized now to impact them positively in their agriculture, even if we are saying it's a 1 acre, you know, space.
Absolutely, that is great. But all of this involves the building of awareness surrounding AI and the eradication of the fear of, you know, this complicated tech stuff. What are some of the efforts that are being made to ensure that more people are learning about AI?
Like I would give an example. For example, AI Center of Excellence is doing a lot of capacity building. With our development partners to demystify AI being, you know, a technology which is coming to complement us, not just to take away what we already have.
Yes.
Yeah. And through this, we've had a lot of activities going on since 2020, where we've partnered with universities, USIU, cool. For example, where we train young AI engineers. Then again, they also drive the same gospel of AI and demystifying AI. Secondly, we've partnered with government institutions to try and educate the government employees around AI, for them to understand the benefits of AI and what it comes with.
Okay.
That's it. We
Is
more
it
on
targeted
capacity building.
really on young minds and young people so that they can bring about, yeah?
Not necessarily.
Yeah?
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it comes only to one thing. Or three. Education.
Okay.
For the youngster, for the
middle-aged person,
exactly.
elderly, as long as they're interested.
Because everyone needs to be involved.
Everyone needs to be involved.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. And speaking of everyone getting involved, the AI Center of Excellence Africa is convening an industry leaders to explore transformative value of AI technology in emerging economies. Speak to us about the importance of having industry leaders coming together and exploring AI solutions.
Maybe you want to talk
Murgor?
first.
Oh yes. So look at it this way, right? You need a community to drive something forward, and for it to be acceptable faster. And bringing together AI leaders, it's an easy way, or rather, it's a better way to discuss. At a higher level, and then the information starts trickling down. And when you talk about AI Leaders Summit, for example, it's bringing together global leaders in AI, people who've innovated, people who've gone through the trenches in AI to bring out solutions, and we want to benefit from it as Kenyans and Africa at large. Secondly, I would like to add that with these AI leaders, for example, there are companies coming together. There are government institutions coming together.
Policy leaders.
Policy leaders, yes, so that they discuss and see how they take the AI forward.
Maybe very simply, having the executive people coming to this summit is not to understand the full extent of the technologies, because it's not the objective. But when they see the opportunity, they are running very successful businesses. So it will affect the entire organization or company, because people, employees will be unlocked to also explore new technologies, and.
Absolutely. And lastly, as we conclude, perhaps because you've worked with multinationals, how would you compare and contrast how industries in other countries have taken up AI, perhaps, and what are the areas that you see that can be applied to Kenya or other African countries in terms of integrating AI?
Well, what I've seen from multinationals is where it works pretty well is when it's distributed, meaning that it's not centralized. Even if it's a multinational with 100,000 people around the world, some specific location, they are leading this and working with others. And so comparing to a country, no, I can't, because the country is far more complex and bigger than a multinational.
True.
When it comes to Kenya, also what I understood is fragmented. So it brings also this opportunity working on a community level and having other maybe entities working to help on the national level.
Right.
But working on the community level is maybe the opportunity, because it's fragmented.
Yeah, it's actually pragmatic. Anything you'd like to add, Murgor, before we end?
Yeah, just to echo Baptiste's submission.
Yeah.
I think with the kind of the African continent is we live in silos, right? In how we do our businesses. Everyone to himself, everyone to herself, and you realize that every business targets the same person. and that brings about the fragmentation of individuals in our continent.
Right.
So if we work with communities, I believe it will be a way of consolidating everyone.
Consolidating everyone, and of course education, as you said, in order to find solutions and also bring about development in various sectors. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. That we had Jean-Baptiste. He is on the board of advisors, strategic partnerships, MD and consultant, NICE, as well as Brendon Murgor, who is a co-founder, CTO. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for shedding more light on AI and what we can use it for in terms of solutions and development in Africa. My name is Trix Ingado. Thank you so much for tuning in to News Center, but we have to draw to a close. Do enjoy the rest of your morning.